Today is the 2nd day of September 2020 in Abaco, Bahamas. On the 2nd, as I reflect on 1 year in, on the 2nd of September 2019, somebody in the F&M party asked me to support Darren Henfield. And after to come and see if I could support Darren Henfield to try to win the next election, I said that's a dead horse, a done deal, can't happen. This is one of the reasons why on the 2nd of September 2019, I was in the Friendship Tabernacle, and everybody know I was sleeping out front. So you know, there's F&M inside the Friendship Tabernacle. They like the F&M bad. As a matter of fact, they like F&M more than they like Jesus. You better believe that. That's why in America they separate church from state. And somebody asked me, why didn't I attend the memorial at the Friendship Tabernacle? And I know Darren Henfield was going to be there. After Darren has been missing for 1 year, haven't had one meeting. The last time Darren was asked a question in the Friendship Tabernacle about the Mexicans, a bishop asked him, is the prime minister, or do you know if the Mexicans are coming to Baker's Bay? Some Mexican was already in Baker's Bay. They said, we know that there's Mexicans in Baker's Bay. I knew that there were Mexicans in Baker's Bay. And he lied. How could I respect a man like that? Then they said, Kai, you ought to have showed up. Then I went to scripture. I went to Psalms 1:1. And that came to me so clearly. I didn't know what the words are because I haven't read it in a while. But this is what it said. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of scornful. I would have been sitting with a bunch of scornful people from the pulpit right to the door. That has been nothing but brutal, disrespectful, stealing, no getting. Boy, let me tell you all something. I'll die with this integrity. I'll die proud. Being a member of parliament doesn't give you integrity. Doesn't give you what Kai got. You can't find this in school. You got to bond with this. You got to have a heart for people. You don't get it at Sandals. You can't get it at Sandals. You got to bond with this integrity. Darren is the MP, and he don't weigh 2 bucket of. I can't say the word, but I won't say the word. He don't weigh nothing. But coming back to 2019, the roof fell on my mother and my auntie and the rest of the kids, and my mother had to be evacuated. She wasn't well before this, and my mother got a stroke of the pressure of Hurricane Dorian. Even the doctors didn't recognize that in the hospital. I said, my mother's mouth is twist. That's not what she looks like. Last time I saw her, she got a stroke. Them idiots and asses in the hospital, they didn't care. They just wanted the bed. So I asked Darren Henfield. I said, Darren, you know, your mother and my mother were best friends. He said, no, you're wrong, Kai. They were sisters. That makes your mother my auntie. I said, okay, I like this. I said, well, your auntie Althea, the roof fell on her. We need to get on one of those choppers. The America got them all around. Just like Vietnam. So many choppers around. Darren said that and your mother is not priority. We are trying to secure and get the deads of the ceiling. This is the first time I ever seen my cousin Sylbert Mills ran against the FNM and their government, their weightless self. Bishop Mills said, but Minister, surely the government can't put the dead as priority over the living. The living has to be priority. Darren said to Bishop Mills, that is what we're doing. So Bishop Mills asked Darren, said, we have over 200 people in the church. We need a couple of securities, defense force to secure it, because they're bringing in 20, 30 at night and we don't know who is what. I must congratulate my cousin Sylbert. He was trying to run that place like a military base, but them Haitians was getting the best of it. They were sneaking in their people every night. When you look at it, not a 30, not a 20. We had about 300 people. And Darren said to the Bishop Mills, securing your church is not priority. Suck it up. We got things to do. So I said, already angry, the devil is already in me when he said, my mother is not priority over the dead. I heard he was in the church trying to big up my Auntie Albert. Darren followed up. He's an ass of the idiot, Albert. Don't listen to that jackass. He's a jackass. Pure and simple. Tell me my mother is no priority over the dead. So I said to Darren, I saw a payloader on the streets of Dundestan. Can you have that payloader go to my Albert's house? We can't go on the back street because the water's 8 feet, but we could go to my mother on the front street if the payloader would remove the debris. He said, can you hear what I say? That's not priority for this government at this time. This government is a weightless government, and Darren is the weightless piece of dog. You know what I mean? People say don't call him no names, but I'm reflecting on my mother. My mother is dying, and Darren could authorize a helicopter to carry out. They're up there carrying all the Haitians and all the sick people up there. But this is his mother's best friend. Althea and Evelyn was best of friends. Darren happened to be the minister. He happened to be the member of parliament. And his auntie, Althea Mills, needed to be flown out before she died and put in a trailer. And Darren said he is concerned about taking the Haitians, the dead, out of the trailer to the ceilings. And my mother is not priority. Darren is garbage juice. Boy, you don't know. The anger. I wanted to grab him, and he got David right there standing with a little big frog eye, like he's some big thing. The anger coming into me just thinking about what they did to me. And what they say about my mother. The dead has more priority than my mother. Boy, I thank God that my mother didn't die in Abaco. For Darren Henfield and this white nothing prime minister to put my mother in a trailer for 9 months, and Darren with his little tight pants didn't say a word. Like these was dogs and hogs and animals in the back of the trailer throwing out. Man, let me tell you something. It was hard. And y'all gonna put Darren in the church a year later to talk fool? That's why I went to Psalms 1 and say, blessed is the man that walk not in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the friendship tabernacles with the scornful. I will not I will die proud. I will not sit in no friendship tabernacle with the scornful and the weightlessness and the no good fellas like Darren Enfield, minister of nothing affairs. Y'all sit. Y'all were looking for favor for this weightless, no good F&M government and Darren. Y'all sit. But I remember my mother, boy, and they used to brag and they say, oh, Kai home with the mother. Boy, I wish to God I had Althea with me. And Albert, I know you're going to watch this. Don't mind Darren. Darren is the cockroach. He preferred to pick up the dead than your sister, your loving sister, Althea Mills. So don't mind all that garbage and that lying in the pulpit of the Friendship Tabernacle. He's a boy, let me tell you something. I don't have nothing that I say that I'm ashamed of, because it comes from the guts, the barrel of me. And Darren is the worst member of parliament to ever serve North Abaco. And I just waiting to show people how you care. His auntie, the dead, had more priority on September the 2nd, 2019 in the Friendship Tabernacle. And I go in there with that little tight pants, nothing, to sit in the... let me end this video right now because I'm trying to stay on track. But Darren Enfield, the best thing Abaco could do is to ask them for a snap election and let's get rid of this nightmare called the F&M government and this weightless ass and idiot called Darren Enfield. Said it live, said it international. Darren Enfield and the F&M is a bunch of asses and idiot. The worst of the worst. It never has been done this bad in Abaco, nor in the Bahamas, under these idiots and asses called Member Parliament, and they're all F&M, baby, and they care. Kai cares. They don't know a hell about caring. That's reflection, baby. It hurts, but it's reality. I hope with Darren, with his little tight pants, put him in the veggie when you see this video.